This demonstration is about Vism solutions to integrate Perforce and Serena's products. Vism solutions support Serena products from TeamTrack version 6.6 and all versions of Serena Business Mashups. There are a number of standard Vism packages for the integration, and Vism is also able to migrate your legacy DTI, defect tracking integration data, the old integration between TeamTrack and Perforce, seamlessly and easily. And we can also migrate legacy customizations, any customizations you may have performed for TeamTrack and SBM. Here we see the architecture and the flow of replication from Perforce to TeamTrack or SBM and back again. We start with defects being entered by the QA support engineer in TeamTrack. When it is an appropriate point in the workflow, so that means that code changes actually need to be made, the issue is replicated into Perforce. Sometime later, a Perforce support engineer finds the job and actually fixes the defect. They associate the job with change lists that perform the actual changes required. It's replicated back by P4DTG, and then these changes are visible within TT SBM. On this screen we are looking at an issue within the Animation Pro project. It has standard fields such as title, description, priority, etc. You'll notice here on the Replicated Issue tab that there are various P4 fields, including the clickable P4 job URL. It's taken us to P4 Web in viewer mode with various fields in the job that have all been replicated from SBM. One of these fields is the TTURL field, which is a link, dynamic link, back to the original SBM job. What I'm going to do here is show you what happens when I update the issue. I'm going to increase the severity to high. Let's now look at the corresponding job in Perforce. So the information has been replicated from Business Mashups into Perforce. I can look at the same job, number 19, in P4V, the Perforce visual client. In part 2, we are going to make some changes in P4V and replicate back to SBM. Here is job number 19 with the updated description, and we're now going to edit the job. We change the status, and we will associate a couple of change lists with this particular job. So we have implemented the change required, and the change list is the work actually done. We have a custom tool on the right-click menu for jobs, which takes us straight to the associated SBM issue. You'll notice here that we have updated fields such as P4 fixes reflecting the two changes that were associated with the job in Perforce. And similarly, certain elements of the change descriptions are replicated to P4 fix history. So that's showing replication from Business Mashups into Perforce and then back to Business Mashups. Part 3 shows new SBM issues only being replicated from a certain state. I will now demonstrate the workflow element, so I'm going to submit a new issue into SBM and then show that it's not immediately replicated to Perforce, but only when it hits a later workflow state. Now we click OK, accepting defaults for other fields, and we get an issue with blank P4 fields, so there is no value for P4 job. Now this job is in the new state, which we can see is evaluating issue. Until it's evaluated, we do not want it replicated to Perforce. But now, to show what happens, I will click the Fix button and move it onto the next state in the workflow. So let's assign it to a particular engineer and set any other fields that are required as part of this transition. We then click OK to move it on to the next state. Automatically, during the transition, the P4 job field is set to replicate, and this is a trigger to say now from this state we wish to replicate this issue to the corresponding Perforce job. So we reload the item, and you'll notice now we have a new job, job 54, which has been created as a result of this issue being replicated into Perforce. This shows that we have coordinated replication with the workflow such that issues are only replicated to Perforce when they hit a desired state in the workflow. If a job is evaluated and it is decided that no work needs to be done, and the job goes from the evaluating to, for example, rejected, then that job will never be replicated to Perforce. Visym has 3 packages. The entry-level do-it-yourself package consists simply of the software, the plugin, and the documentation. The Express setup includes some element of consulting and allows a quick start and knowledge transfer. The custom setup includes more extensive consulting and also, for example, workflows, triggers, various other reports. And indeed, in this option, we can migrate your legacy data and your transition workflows. So why Visym? Well, we have 4 certified consulting partners and certified trainers with decades of experience and a real expertise in customer requirements around change set-centric workflows. We understand what's really appropriate and suitable and what gives the greatest value for money. We also have a lot of experience in migrating different systems, so this could be other systems to Perforce or Subversion, for example, but also migrating legacy data and legacy customization work. As a solution provider, we really focus on our customers' needs, and we're not just a vendor with a particular focus and a particular tool that we are trying to push. So your next step is to actually see how this works for yourself. Contact us on the numbers or the email below to get either an evaluation version or to discuss your requirements in more detail. We look forward to hearing from you.